Today guys, we see a head cover, we can only think one thing: what has mid-handicap Dave bought again? But Dave has been sent these clubs for us to try, and I've got my hands on them before he does. So this is an 11 club you've seen in previous week. We have been testing out the 11 hybrid set, but here we've been sent a sand wedge, a 58 degree, a very interesting looking club. And this is a hot topic at the moment. This is something that obviously we've seen over previous years. We've seen Ping bring back the chipper, and we've seen it pretty much sell out at most golf clubs that had that. We've seen that it's been something that a lot of people have gone to when they're not comfortable from an area such as this. So we've got 70 yards here, but we're also going to talk about around the edge of the green, where everybody starts to get a little bit tense. They start to dig, they start to hit down into the golf ball, or they try and help it up, and they have problems. So this club you'll see on screen, we've seen other wedges such as Titleist bring out things with big bounce, like the K-grind, which is something that a lot of tour players use in certain situations, a lot of bounce, which is sometimes needed. Here, for example, we often see people take a big divot, not get the ball there, the divot goes further than the ball and it stays in front. So with the huge sole on here, it's basically acting as a large bounce, and that's going to help us generate a strike. A 58 degree from here, would I normally use this? Probably not. But for testing's sake, let's give it a go before Dave gets his hands on it. So interesting there, even with obviously all that bounce, I can take that little divot. It's allowed me to get a divot. It's a nice square divot. I've matched that up. Ball's gone a little bit left. That's more me than the club. But when we talk about these clubs, we think, is it going to lower your handicap? Am I going to be able to launch it? Well, that's what I certainly think. But if you're somebody who's struggling with your short game and you're just thinking, I just want to make contact, then this club could be perfect for you. It's not going to be thinking about, oh, can I knock it down? Can I check one up? Can I play one low? Can I play one high? Can I just get a consistent strike? Can I get a consistent flight? And more importantly, can I just hit more greens? That's a nice, easy motion. That's nice and easy for me to hit the green. Does it sound great? Straight away for me, it sounds a little bit clicky. It sounds exactly what you would expect, but these aren't competing at a premium price, so they're not £150 like a Vokey wedges. Great interaction with the turf there again. Let's see if I can repeat this. That one's even launched a little bit lower. Very easy. The rails on the bottom, very similar to what we saw in the F9 fairway woods, is guiding through the grass. It's going to give you that little bit more stability for the face. Is it going to keep it square? More than likely, it's going to help a little bit. Is that going to help you hit more greens? Potentially. So let's get round the green, where I think, obviously, that's the biggest thing that people are going to start to improve on, potentially with these wedges and with the lob wedge I've got in the bag. They're probably directed for people who get around here and they're thinking, should I get the putter out? I've got a lot of grass to go through. I don't really want to chip it because I'm going to duff it. Again, with the large sole on the bottom of this club, that's basically acting as bounce. We know with wedges you can get bigger bounces. With Titleist you can get the K-grind, which is on screen now. You can get all sorts of different clubs to help you depending on what kind of angle of attack you've got. And this is exactly what this club is trying to do. For anyone who is steep, it is really hard to take big divots. If you were somebody who was really shallow, yes, this will work, but I don't know if it would be more beneficial than what you're doing currently with a wedge. Is it going to give you a little bit more confidence with shots around here? Can we get it to just come out running? Yes, we can get it to do. That stopped actually very quick, so it's interesting what you can do with this club, but let's show you exactly what I mean with something like the lob wedge, which is actually 64 degrees. Now these are very much the lies that we're getting at the moment with the grass as it is here in England. A lot of growth, but also throughout the world we're going to get a lot of grasses where the ball starts to sit down, and this is where a lot of people don't have the confidence. This is where we back up. This is where obviously we hit the middle of the ball, we top the ball, or we duff it. And yes, it can be techniques. So are these clubs going to save you? Potentially not. Unfortunately, we'd like to say it would, but if you're steep on this golf ball, yes, it might give you a little bit more relief, but if you're still catching an inch or two behind the ball, we're not going to generate a good strike. We're still going to be duffing those. Again, if you're relatively shallow and you have these, are we going to get much spin? Are we going to get as much control as a wedge? Could we get something that's maybe a little bit more premium with a little bit more technology in the grooves that's going to help you check it up? I'm not so sure. Again, we saw a few people around recently at different golf clubs who have gone for the 11 hybrids. They certainly like those better. They're helping their iron game, they're helping them launch it better, they're helping them enjoy the golf a little bit more. And if these will help you enjoy your golf a little bit more, then it's something certainly to consider. But here we're going to get plenty of relief from that bounce. And that was easy as anything, very easy. It does give you a little bit of confidence. You know that that bounce is going to work with the ground as long as I put a reasonable technique on it. And again, they're giving you that little bit more confidence, but this is where, yes, you might save some money on these clubs, but then you might go and have a lesson and start to just improve that short game a little bit more. You can certainly see the rails on the back there. That's again going to help with a little bit of interaction. Is that going to help you square your face up? Potentially that's exactly what they said with the F9 fairway woods or the Cobra woods that had that technology. And yes, it'll help it square up, but again, if you're already aiming right or aiming left, it'll just still hit it there, so your technique has to be sound. But from this deep stuff here now, this is where we see, will it snag, will it catch up, or will it still come out? And again, that there has worked through that grass better than it would with any kind of wedge I've hit. It's very easy to get through that thick, wet grass, really sat down. Didn't feel like you had to do anything. But now let's say that we're off a little bit shorter. Yes, a lot of people would say, well, just get the putter out there. Let's pretend there's a sprinkle head. This is again the 64. Kind of just treat it like a putter. And is it easy to get contact? Very easy, go straight up, nicely rolling down to the flag. And guys, these came out on Friday. Obviously, a big thank you to 11 for sending them mid-handicap Dave. Dave's been chipping really well, so it'll be very interesting to see his perspective on these. As an everyday golfer, is it a bit of a cheat code? Is it something that's a little bit easier? Would it go in your golf bag? Or would you not like the look in front of your friends? But again, does the looks matter if you chip it closer and you lower your scores? That's the thing that you've got to look about here. Very easy to hit. Consistency wise, yes, we got the strike. I wouldn't know if I'd hit full shots with these, so you might have to have other options in your golf bag. But 11 again, coming out with a good product that is affordable, that might help you have more lessons, it might help you enjoy your golf a little bit more, which is more important, but also maybe lower that handicap if we do that, guys. And that's exactly what we want to happen here on The Everyday Golfer. But guys, if anyone's interested in lessons online or in person, please do drop me an email on that email below. But guys, we will get these 11 wedges in the hands of mid-handicap Dave in the coming weeks, so watch out for that, guys. Comment below what more do you want to see on the channel, and we'll see you soon.